A very good afternoon, friends. A very good afternoon on this Friday afternoon. It's a nice and hot day. Cindy, are you ready? Hi, Cindy.
Hi, sorry, I was muted.
Oh, no worries. Okay. For today will be session 7 of our best practices on enhancing student experiences forum series. For today, we have with us Miss Cindy Low, who will speak on building on our alumni and industry to enhance students' experience. Now, this goes very well, especially since what we did last week. Last week, as you all can remember, we had Miss Joey speaking on building a vibrant Batukawan campus. So now we are going to look at how having a strong alumni and also the support from the industry will create a very holistic kind of environment for our students to enhance and also to learn. All right, without further ado, I'll pass it on to you, Cindy. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be speaking on building on our alumni and industry to enhance student experience. So this would be from the SHTCA perspective on what we've done, what our alumni has achieved, and also the industry partners. Basically, I think this whole topic is not new to everyone because every school has been doing this as part of our MQA requirements. As you all know, we need to engage our alumni and also have industry support for our programs, for our school, in order for us to progress. Okay, you go to the next slide. Um, Generally, historically, SHTCA has had many successful alumni, people who are outstanding in the industry throughout many years. Basically, these alumni has been winning awards, medals in competitions in various parts of the world. In 2018, pre-pandemic, one of our alumni, she got a gold medal for pastry artistic in the Culinary World Cup. So things like this, it actually makes us very proud. It also kind of shows us that we've been doing the right things when we produce students like this. It may not be everybody. Like we have 100 students out of 100, like maybe five. If they are doing really well, I think for me personally, it's already very good. But of course, it's not only five, but it could be 50. So at the end of the day, we look at it as producing successful people, and it's something that we have always strived to do from the school side. So so far, these alumni or graduates have been sought after by employers since 1993. So they've all made it. They've all made it in their industry as executive chefs, executive sous, chef de cuisine managers. They have their own businesses. They are award-winning chefs, or they are even back here teaching or in other universities teaching. So there are actually many benefits to establishing good relations with our alumni. As you all know, um, how they contribute back, I think, is one of the things that we should be looking more into, because when they succeed in their careers, when they succeed in their professional life, I think it is good that they come back to talk to our current students, to give them some sort of motivation and some sort of direction, some sort of guidance, sharing their experience. I think it's one of the most important things. Um, uh, it could also be something like opening placement opportunities, in a sense that maybe they are working or heading a kitchen in a hotel, or they are general managers in a hotel, and they can actually open up opportunities for our students to go uh, to that organization easier for us, easier for us to get an in, because sometimes it's very difficult to approach hotels or companies or whatever to get our interns in, or to get our interns a job, or get our people a job. So with the alumni's help, they open doors. Okay, they open doors, and it makes things a lot easier to uh, do this kind of thing. So we don't have to bang down doors, so hard. So serving on our board of advisors is another area in terms of giving us feedback on the program, what we should be having in the syllabus right now. This is more to the administrative or academic side, in a sense that we need to update ourselves, we need to update our syllabus, and to be more um, uh, maybe looking into the future, what the industry needs right now from our graduates or people that they need to hire, what are the skills that are needed right now, currently, or it could be things that are needed in the future. Then we should start teaching these skills to them right now in school. So generally, I would say that they serve as being an inspiration to the future generation, okay, through all doing all these things uh, in terms of their contribution. This is all beneficial to our students, definitely, because it really, really creates that kind of bonding and that kind of feeling of um, what's the word for it? Like um, like a feeling of belonging, a sense of belonging. So when they go out into the industry, or when they are still in school, they know what to expect. They know that they belong to this family. They know that um, this is their future, in a sense. This is the people who are going to be inspiring them, leading them in the future. So it's great to build up this kind of rapport, and also as a means of networking. Very importantly is also the networking part, where they get to know people, and also um, uh, getting them to share their experience. So this is just a few examples of our alumni who have still kept in touch with us and partner up with us in order to go for competitions and all that, because we've trained them for so many years. We've been with them for 2 3 years. Some of them, if they've been with us since diploma to degree, we know them for 5 years. So when we build this kind of bond with our students, it is great that sometimes that we collaborate and we partner up with them to do something. Okay, and that's something. It depends on um, your school, of course, each individual school. So for us, it would be, of course, the culinary side. We would partner up with them and collaborate with them in like competitions. So at the end of the day, everybody wins. If they win, we win. Everybody wins. So I think it's a great way to still keep in touch with our ex-students. Okay, another way, of course, would be, again, this is from an SHTCA perspective, a lot of our students have gone out and opened their own restaurant, or working in really big hotels or restaurants and all that. So one of the ways that we keep in touch with them is to actually go and eat in their restaurant. Simple. Go and support them in their business. So like, for example, there are a lot of students here in Penang who have actually opened their own fine dining places, casual places, anything. So what we do is we go and support them. We bring our friends, and we go eat in their shop, and then we actually help to promote that place to other people. So in a way, that's another area or avenue for us to keep in touch with our students. So to be honest, I've been keeping touch in touch with my students for past 20 years. They all have children, married now. So um, every maybe fortnightly or every week, I will go to somebody's restaurant I'll go to somebody's restaurant, I'll go to somebody's cafe, I'll call them up and say, okay, I'm coming over, you have a table for me, you know, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, if you're the teacher and your student has got their own place, they will treat you nicer. They will give you some kind of special treatment or something like that because known each other for so long. They become friends. So I would say that a lot of my ex-students have become friends. So they are also more matured now. They have their own businesses, family, and all these things. So the way we interact with each other will also change. So we become more like friends. And that's a great way to keep the uh, relationship, in a sense, with your students alive, even after 20 years. So that is something that we can do for them in terms of support. So other ways, of course, will be how they contribute back. Definitely, they take interns. Okay, I go there, I talk to them. They say they need people, you know, they need interns. Okay, fine. We send over some interns. So there is some kind of sharing going on. Of course, then they will tell me what's their issues or problems right now that they're facing in the industry, blah blah blah. You know, and then we discuss about it, we talk about it, see if there's any way to fix the problem or come up with a solution. So I think it's a constant learning from each other. So that is part and parcel of one of the relationship building things uh, that we can do with our alumni. This is basically the latest update in terms of our alumni who have been featured in Tackler Asia 2022. So we have Revati. She is currently the head chef now in Dubai, and Mandy Gore, who is the executive chef in the Rumah Hotel and Residence. So Revati, she went for her training in Germany, and then after she went to Singapore, and then now she's in Dubai. So she's doing very well. Mandy is the first, uh, one of the very very rare female executive chefs in Malaysia. So she is breaking ceilings, breaking walls. Spoke to her that day. She was from when she was first appointed executive chef. It was in Langkawi. So I called her, asked her why she was leaving because she's like contracted for 2 years. So I asked her why she doesn't want to, you know, stay on. Because it's I think St. Regis in Langkawi. It's a very very good hotel. So she said she wants to move and learn new things and do go somewhere else, which is in KL. So we are really proud of her because for a woman in a culinary world, it's very difficult to go up to executive chef level. So she's like very rare. So I'm very proud of her in terms of we need to break more stereotypes in terms of woman being in an executive chef. So that's one of the things also that she can actually inspire our um, current students in that sense. So these are a few other outstanding alumni who have done really, really well. And a lot of them have come back to share with us their experiences. Some of them, like Raymond, was teaching with us for some years, but now he's back to the industry. So like Ben Eng as well has partnered with us with doing workshops and sponsored our lab, mixology lab. So these are a few things that we've been doing with our alumni. Yan Yan as well. He's now the chief winemaker in Grace Vineyards, China. So we are kind of planning the logistics pre-pandemic in order to go visit his vineyard in China, but obviously it couldn't happen because of COVID. So once China opens up again, which is we are not sure when, maybe we can plan a trip for our students, actually bring them to the vineyard. So again, this is one of the ways we activities that we can actually do with our alumni. Industry partners are also equally important because when it comes to industry partners, we need to build this link between us and the employers. Okay, because obviously the main reason is due to the programs being linked very closely to the needs of the industry and developing the talents to fill the needs required for the job itself. So for SHTCA, what we've done is we've collaborated with various industry partners. It could be food service, hotels, restaurants, as usual, resorts, food manufacturers, F&B equipment people, suppliers, things like that. So we also have very close ties to associations, or we join associations, become corporate members. Penang Chefs Association, Professional Culinary Association, which is KL, World Chefs, Sparta, etc. So all these associations would actually link us closer to the industry, because people who are in the association are from the industry. So in a way, it's indirectly linked. Government agencies such as MOTAC, Penang Heritage Trust, Tourism Penang, these government agencies, they are not really industry, but they are more towards the government side. But a lot of times they have a lot of projects. They have budget also to do events, conduct events, sorry. And they they partner up with us, sponsorship of money, supported by them. Sometimes it makes doing things easier, especially if we're doing the big events. So with the support of the ministry, it actually helps us in terms of, it could be financially through sponsorship, or it could be um, support through things like accessibility, like closing roads, getting the public park, things like that, or getting some kind of government building that we can use for our events. So all these links are very important in order for us to let the students do something realistic or real life. It does help actually in that way. So the support will come through workshops, seminars, talks, sponsorship, events, collaborative activities. It could be internship placement, job placement. It could even be certifications, because sometimes these boards or associations, they actually certify the program or certify the school, which gives our students extra certificate. Example, so our culinary students actually get an extra certificate from World Chefs, as a commie or chef de partie for our degree students. So these certifications can be actually used when they are looking for a job. So it's good for them because it's recognized by industry. Okay. Sponsors. Okay, sponsorship, of course, definitely anything that can support us is very much appreciated in sense. So far our sponsors that we have is Rich Whipped Cream, Malaysian Flour Mills, Monan, Bon Cafe, Equatorial Hotel, and so on and so forth. So all these industry names or people or companies, they support us in this way, and it's a win-win situation. Okay, it's a two-way interaction, is interrelational. So we just need to find something that will benefit them, and they obviously will benefit us. Then it will enhance student learning experience through the exposure, number one. So our students are able to be exposed to what's in real life experiences. I think that's very important. Opportunity, gaining insights, preparing for their future career, networking, and also mentorship. So these are all very important for our students. So not only they are learning textbook by the book. So this kind of industry experiences, or linkages with industry, exposure to industry, gives them more of the outside the book, I call it. It's not by the book. So this is all experiences. So this would actually give them a balance in terms of its book and also experience. It gives them a good insight in terms of uh, their industry and the job later on. So this is just some examples. This year, what we did in terms of linkages with our industry partners. So Monan is one of our sponsors. So they have been doing workshops for our students as well. Born Cafe also, during Power Chef, they were one of our sponsors. So they come in and they give talks and workshops. Sometimes they rent our facility. So we also get money from facility rental, for example. And then also US Potatoes have been very supportive. They've been giving talks for our students in Penang and also in Glenmarie. And we've also done a US Potatoes competition, inter-college in Glenmarie as well earlier this year. So these are a few ways that we can work with the industry in order to benefit our students right now and give them a better or more whole, complete, balanced learning experience. So these are just some of associations and affiliations that, of course, every industry is different. Every industry has their own associations and all that. So this is just from SHTCA. Obviously, it's to do with hotels, it's to do with restaurants, hotels, tourism, to do with culinary. So every industry definitely would have their own associations. One of the another ways, I think this is quite recent, which is the Hilton talent development program. So this is kind of like a management trainee program. So this one is very good out for our students as well, especially our final year students, where this is a way for them or a direct link to the employer. So once they are chosen as one of the management trainees, they go through a series of exercises of on-the-job training and all this. So those who are successful will actually be taken in by the hotel like immediately. So again, this is also a pathway for them to really connect with industry. Okay, that's all from me at this point of time. If you have any questions, please ask.
Mhm. All right. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Yeah, SHTCA, I believe yours started in 1987. So this is 35 years of being in existence, having numerous thousands of students going through. On an average, if you look at 250 to 300 number of students graduating per year, 35 multiplied by 250, 300, we're looking at more than 10,000 students. So your alumni is actually very, very, very strong. And that is something very unique about SHTCA itself. Now, I would like to open to the floor for any of you who have any questions. You can please ask. Are there any questions at the moment?
I
Hi, Prof. Chong.
yes, I always put a times up for the SHTCA school because it's a very active school and has a lot of connection, and they have a very strong alumni base and also industrial partnership base, which is good for the school. That's how in the past I think we have been using SHTCA to position KDU. Yeah, at the time it's KDU. Yeah, to position KDU is because the school is very strong in all areas. Yeah. Now we can see that Cindy has been using the strong alumni base and also industry partnership base to carry out a lot of activity to bring the benefit to the students. For example, alumni came back to conduct talk, provide the career mentorship, open door for job opportunities, a lot of things, and they can get an industry sponsorship, things like that. Cindy, I just wonder, uh, a lot university, like for example, even in Penang itself, you can see like Hanjiang University College actually has been using their influential, I would say that nationally influential alumni to position themselves, to market it themselves. They use it for the marketing purposes. And because of that, those influentials alumni always appear, always associate with Hanjiang. Hanjiang is able to use that not only to improve the university brand, but more for the marketing purposes to attract more students to enroll with them, because indirectly they're telling the public saying that Hanjiang mass communication is good because they have alumni with the NTV7, something like that, right? So Cindy, do you have those sort of very influential alumni who is non-nationally or maybe internationally, whom we can use for marketing purpose to attract to gain recognition for the university? Actually, they can help us to gain recognition from the society on the university. So would you be able to just identify a few, and then maybe we can help Mitch to enroll more students?
This is possibly a good idea. In terms of getting the alumni to help us this way, it would be more of an ambassadorship. If let's say we can just maybe get one who is very successful or that, possibly we just need one, and maybe get this person to uh, play more of an ambassadorship role. Of course, we could actually try and identify somebody, because the thing is with currently we don't have anybody who is like a Gordon Ramsay kind of
Mm,
status chef, that kind of thing here. But if let's say if we do, or we're actually waiting for the Michelin star rating thing. So if let's say one of our alumni managed to get some Michelin star, then we could actually try in that sense lah. Because if it's a Michelin star um, chef or restaurant that is our alumni, that would be recognition, definitely international recognition. So we are still waiting lah, because the star rating thing just came out, and we don't know who is getting the star yet. So it's been introduced in Malaysia, I think just this month. So let's see next year if anybody makes it on the list lah. Then we can consider maybe approaching this person, yeah, as an ambassador lah, more of an ambassador. Thank you.
mm, mm, mm.
Are there any questions? Cindy, are you part of the judging team for the Michelin star? Just being curious.
No lah, I'm not.
No, okay. Who
I'm not
knows?
important enough lah.
Gabriel is going to
important.
teach you some tips.
Not important enough lah.
There's actually very nice curry noodles in Petaling Street, Madras Lane over in KL. Yeah.
Mm.
What about the others? Are there any of our colleagues who have any questions from the different schools who may want to get some tips and ideas from Cindy itself on how to enhance the whole alumni relationship between your school and your students, and also maybe working with the industry, or maybe if you have something that you would like to share, something very unique that your particular school or department is doing with the alumni or the industry that all of us could actually benefit and learn from, please do share. Mhm. So it seems that it's quite a quiet Friday today, I can see.
I found that Cindy has many good practices in all this area. Maybe Cindy not only giving tips, like not only giving tips to other departments that how to grow in all this area. I remember years back, before we positioned Penang campus, being strong in hospitality, I actually asked who is it, Kitty, to share not only tips but also be part of it and do it, and to do it. That's how we bring up the names of the HSTCA in Penang. So I was thinking that since Cindy has been working across UW, Malaysia KDU as a group, maybe Cindy not only give tips but also be part of the, just maybe one year, focus on one school, and be part of it, to sit around with them, to share your knowledge, and maybe organize event together, guide them how to grow it in all this area. And that would be good, Cindy.
We wait
So-
for the Michelin star. KL will have KL will definitely have some Michelin star. We just need to see who gets it.
Okay. Fellow colleagues, are there any other questions? Working with the alumni and also the industry is actually very critical, especially if you look into MQA's requirement and under their documentation and also their requirement for accreditation. The alumni and industry plays a critical role to ensure that the students' holistic learning is being enhanced and also met. So I think this is something that all of us can also take heed about, and to be able to learn in a way on whatever things that maybe we can implement in our particular schools or departments and or faculties. Because at the end of the day, the benefit of the student will eventually be the benefit of the institution itself lah. So Cindy, is there any last things that you would like to put in or would like to state?
I think for now, we've kind of done everything that we, could lah, in a sense, with alumni. So things may change, may have changed. There could be, different things that we could do. So I think for now it's like looking for the new and different things lah, because all these things have been done already throughout the years. So possibly it would be nice lah, if we actually look for something different and something new and fresh lah that we can actually do.
Cindy, there's actually a question from the audience in the chat function over here. And the question states, do they get paid for coming back to share experience or attending meetings? And this is pertaining to the alumni, I believe.
I think if they come back as a advisory board member, they will get a fee. That is part of the contract. Yeah.
But other than that, if you do just invite the alumni, do they, or is it just they come just back to contribute back to the institution?
It depends on them. It's very personal. So there are some alumni who they don't ask for payment, they don't ask for fee, but they're just doing it because maybe they want to promote their themselves, or they just want to help.
Actually, some
Yes.
alumni come back to give back to the university. They actually sponsor this event, do this and do that. It's just like in a university in overseas. For example, especially in all those big universities like Harvard University, things like that, alumni actually come back to donate, to give fund back. Just in Malaysia is especially among the private institution, these things seldom happen. But they come back, yes, to contribute. They actually like to contribute, yes, and beside promoting themselves or promoting their companies.
But if let's say we engage them for something more commercial, then yes, that one will definitely need to have some fees. If it's for commercial purpose, like if you want them to like do something, example like this ambassadorship thing, definitely is commercial. So that one will need to have.
How Hanjang does it is whenever they have any event, then they will just invite so-called celebrity alumni to come back, So at the same time, they can help to, they can come back to see the university and then to help the student to give some talk, to give some, they also, we can also use it, tap onto their name and then talk about the event and talk about the celebrity as well. Yeah, so that is one way indirectly. When if say that we don't engage them as ambassador, we just engage them through their involvement.
Okay, interesting. Good question. Yep. I mean, if you look at the chat over there, Cindy, is basically it is very industry specific lah. Okay, because like for us in the SHDCA, I mean for you all, sorry, they have cafes and so on, but in different industries it could be a little bit different. Which is true, but and I believe what Cindy you have said is very true. We don't assume that there is or there are no charges involved. The best thing is to communicate with the alumni. Most of them may want to contribute it on their own free will. However, if they do request or something, then it comes down to a basic discussion that actually comes through. I believe so, correct?
Actually, we give them a token of appreciation. Normally, we give. Yeah, because I'm the one who signed all those. I know.
Oh, okay.
Normally, we give.
Yes,
We give. Yeah.
especially when they come for talks or
Correct.
demonstrations
We
and so
give.
on.
We give.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
And another thing that maybe you can ask for a favor from Cindy. Since you have a lot of the alumni doing very well in the in operating restaurant, things like that, right? Maybe you can give us an alumni discount. No, our discount. The discount to our student, to the staff, things like that. Yeah, I realized that because like recently I was told that the James Food's Western food is quite popular in Penang and actually operated by our alumni and easily have 10 outlets in Penang.
Oh.
So when I walk into the James Food, I asked because I saw the Utah names there, Utah student and staff can get discount. So I said that UW Malaysia KDU can get discount. He said, oh no, cannot yet. I said, oh, okay. And later I found out owner is the alumni. They accept Utah student, give them discount, they don't give us a discount, you see.
Missed opportunity, yes, something to look into.
So that is important, Cindy. Because when we tell people so that we get discount because it's our alumni. Yeah, it's a good promotion as well.
True.
Okay, quick question from Stephanie, because I just saw the chat here. Can I know which industry that you are from or your school?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Cindy. I'm actually from SCCA.
SCCA.
Yeah, Mass Comm.
Mass Comm, okay. So, in terms of alumni may not have anything to promote other than to get more interns. Okay. So this would be, in what sense? Like, would it be more of like a benefit for them in
Yeah, I was just thinking from, like it has to be mutual. Otherwise, they may not want to, come all the way, in fact, yesterday I invited 4 of them to come into this for our panel discussion. Mr. Zaki was, like getting some insights sharing and all that from 4 students. But then again, yes, we give them like the token of appreciation. I actually made the cert and then we have the goodie bags and all that. So that's all for now. But I'm just thinking for the long run in the future, if you were to engage them permanently and, like more occasions to come in, sharing experiences and, like advice on our documents, courses, in the COPA and all that. So what are the perks that perhaps we can, to entice them to continue to contribute or maybe even getting more from our, because we have a lot, SCCA, like a lot of them.
I think this is a case by case, in arrangement. So you can actually like ACCA, you can actually talk to your head of school or talk to Prohon, to discuss this thing. Yeah. Like in Penang, even as a token of appreciation, we give them in terms of money. Yeah. Not in terms of goodie things. No, it's money. Yeah. So you can discuss. Yeah, you can discuss with your head, with your DVC. Huh?
All right. Thank you, Prof. Chong.
Yeah, because if they're engaged as your advisory board member, then definitely they get fee.
Correct.
But if you want to do it more frequently, I believe we all have a curriculum design or development committee thing or academic committee. So if you want them to be part of the academic committee, then yeah, you can actually talk to your head and see what kind of financial,
Support.
support that you can give them. Depends how many, how's the frequency like? Is it like twice a year or is it quarterly? How much contribution do you need from them in terms of, the syllabus or whatever? So I think all this can be worked out. Sometimes You can even, informal channel.
Mhm.
I don't know. Could be anything. Informal channel also is possible.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mhm. Okay. So I think today's session has been very fruitful. We have spoken on the workings with the alumni and also with the industry, and how schools and faculties should look into this as one of the USPs for our particular the disciplines itself. Now, just to highlight a little bit over here for our penultimate session, which will be held on the 11th of November, we are going to have Associate Professor Julian Lim of SCCM, who's going to speak on identifying with the Gen Z. Now, that is something very unique because a lot of our students today have at this particular session, what the group itself, and it is important for us to understand how this group actually thinks. So please register yourself for 11th of November, something that I believe will be a very good sharing session with all of us. So with that, I would like to say thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, friends, for the session, a very fruitful session today. And see you all then. Bye-bye.
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 Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Cindy. Thanks.